Hey, what's up and welcome. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer. In this video, I am going to solve a problem that I presented in my previous video. And that previous video is this one. So, in this video, I was presenting a problem about us as YouTube developers and YouTube coders who are only interested in coming up with solution to help other people to learn without uncovering the diamond in those solution. So basically we only get into YouTube for teaching others, even if in what we are teaching buried in there is some sort of a rough diamond that we are unable to extract and polish and make a fortune out of it. What might be an example of that? I created this watered down version of Dropbox. It works for the most of part, or the essence of it gets the job done. So if you want to know more about the demonstration of this Dropbox watered down version, please check that video that I made, which is this one. In this video I explain everything and how this Dropbox clone with PHP and HTML works. So in this tutorial, or in this video, I want us to talk about the solution and what I came up with. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so my solution first of all was to come up with some sort of a product. So in fact, let me just briefly explain what was the problem. So the problem was, obviously, as YouTubers, we don't take like apps into some sort of a startup tech, just like all other tech companies are doing, your Google, your Facebook, and your Dropbox of this world. All our ideas, they just end here on Facebook. So I was pondering on that for some time, and until I realized that we only have like 50% of what it takes, or maybe 30 of what it takes, but there is another 70 or another 50 that we don't have, and that 50 lies on the business and market and the psychology behind an application. So on what you've seen on the previous screen, that rough watered down version prototype, I just took it and I decided to refine it. So before we get into this refined version, let's just talk about two things that I think they are important. They determine, they differentiate a code from a product, or from an application, or from a startup tech, or from a company. Okay, so let's assume that I am Matthew, I'm a designer, and I'm just uploading random videos on YouTube, as that's what is happening. But what is the difference between me and, let's say, your Facebook of this world, your Dropbox, and your WhatsApp of this world? And these two things, I believe they are the difference. Number one, when we talk of their application or as a product, just like your Ubers and other apps, when we talk of those as an application, number one, we are talking of the psychology. The difference between the code that I've written and the code that has been written by Facebook authors, it's psychology. The code is the same, but there is another 50% that I don't cover, which is psychology. What is psychology? The psychology behind the application, it's what the users want, and also the focus, to focus only on one thing. If you can visit all these applications that we use, their website or their definition, you'll find out that there is behind a well-crafted message, meaning that they mean something and they stand for something, which our normal code as developers, we stand for nothing and we fall for everything. And the second thing that I think is important after the psychology is the market. So as much as this is a code and there is some sort of customer psychology involved, people who are responsible for making sure that the customers do understand it, it is also important to understand that there is the business. These people are not just customers or followers or fans of the app, but they are a market. So it's very important to take the code that works, that means that is functional, but position it in such a way that the market understands it. So those are the two things that I think they are very important, and they can position a coder for success or for a successful startup. So as you are going to witness in this journey of mine, taking a rough code that I undermined before, but now I'm taking it, I'm refining it, I'm applying my own knowledge that I've gained over the years, even though the knowledge is not based on software and application, but it's just on brand strategy as a whole. So I've came up with a brand, with a product, and that product is Circular. So what is Circular? As you can see on the left, I've written here ultimate sharing control. So Circular, it's a file sharing platform just like Dropbox and WeTransfer, or maybe like Google Drive. But my positioning here, I'm just saying that I am unique in this way, that I provide ultimate control. So when you've shared a document on Google Drive, you don't really know who viewed the document and who downloaded the document. Maybe WeTransfer tries to cover that. Maybe when you send an email and the person that you were sending the link to via email has viewed, they will send you a link back to say that this person has viewed. But now here in this product, I'm taking that further, pushing that further, or I'm drilling down into that control over the file that you have shared. So this is the login screen of the application. So I have designed this logo on Figma and I came up with this name. I didn't test this name if it exists on the internet or it doesn't exist, so it's just Circular. I've decided to write Circular in a different or funny spelling or different way. So this is the login screen. Now let's get into the home page or the main screen. Okay, so this is the main screen. The first thing that I'm going to explain here, besides the user interface and other things, I'm going to explain the functionality or what I see or my own vision behind Circular. Okay, let's start from the bottom. As you can see that this is the identity, this is the logo of the website, and also this is the plus icon, meaning that this is where you add a file so that you can upload your file, just like Dropbox or just like Google Drive. So this is where you will add your file. So you will click here, it will ask you to upload a file. After uploading the file, it will ask you to put all your details, and then here this is where you search all your files. These will be your files, so this is where you just quickly search for them, and here this is where you will just log out, or this has got something to do with your account details. Now after you've added a file, let's say it was an mp3, it will have this music icon, that means it's an mp3. And then if maybe it's a picture, then it will have this, and then if it's a setup, obviously it will have a setup icon. And then once you are done uploading the file, then you can share a link. Let's say this is a link for your file. You also, this is a button to copy the link. You can copy the link and then share it with people. So whenever somebody clicks on that link or visit this link to download this file, this is a count of how many times this file was downloaded, so that you can have an idea of maybe how many people that this file has reached. So the more it's being downloaded, this will increase automatically. And then here we've got an option. There will be an option in Circular for you to set the countdown. Let's say, what if you want the file to be only available for a certain period, let's say for 7 days. You can set that up when you are adding the file before you publish it. So this is the countdown. For instance, as you can see here, we've got 6 days for this file. After 6 days, when somebody visits this link, it will display a different message based on what you want the user to see. So this is a countdown. It's gonna, every day it's gonna decrease up until it's on 0. Then when it reaches 0, then it will be locked. So that's why you will see this red circle and this, it means that it's locked. So you have a control to unlock it and set the days, or to unlock it for, like, what can I say, for an unlimited control, whereby an unlimited period, whereby somebody can always come and download the file. So secular only dominates that part of sharing and downloading the file only, not necessarily keeping or positioning ourselves like Dropbox, no, or WeTransfer, no. We are only providing a control over the file that you share on the internet, so that you can share it when you want, give it a certain period that you can control, and also generate a new link. I haven't seen an app around this industry or around this problem domain of sharing files and uploading files on the server or on the cloud, where you can also change the link. So here you can also generate a new link. Let's say the first link that we've generated was from January to February, and then you can generate a new one for February to December, and then you can, this scheduler will keep the stats for those different links. It will keep the stats, so it can give you a report on, you've shared this link from this period to this period, and it has got this amount of views, and these are the activity that were happening around those views. And then you shared a second link, and then these are the amounts of download, and also these are some other statistics or key matrices around that link. So that's the idea. So as you can see here, this is the file type, it indicates the file type, and this is the file name. Obviously you'll put the name, and you will put a description there, okay, that this file, whatever that you want to put there. And when you are done with that, it will always show you an active link. And then here you will get some notifications. Here I'm thinking this notification part is also the same as this one. When I was putting this icon here, I had that I thought that I was going to put this counting thing whenever people download, and then you will get a notification here. So there will be some notifications also in the mix. Maybe it will be when somebody asks something, or let's say the link has expired and somebody requests some sort of an exclusive download or permission to download. Maybe they might send a message to you based on that link. They will put their details, my email is so, and this is my name. I'm requesting a special permission to download the file. So you will receive those here. And what else, you can also download your own files here, and then you can edit this description and the name, and then you can copy the link. So basically that's what Secular will do. So in this whole process of the design and thinking about it, number one, I wanted this to be focused. I wanted it to be focused, like to shoot on one thing, of which that one thing is ultimate sharing control. That's what I wanted it to focus on, something that is some sort of very rare in our coding as YouTubers, because in our coding we are just lost into code and we code things randomly. I think when we are coding, we always adopt the mentality of to be functional driven, as long as it works, and then we are done. However, it takes more than that to build a successful tech company or an successful application in general. So here I wanted to be more focused, to have a message that I send to certain people. So I wanted to relate to a certain group of audience, not to everyone. So let's just quickly briefly talk about what audience do I have in mind. Number one, let's talk about let's say the academic industry, like your schools and whatever. Obviously they always publish memos, they publish what's this thing, PDF on test and exam, and maybe they want to have control over who gets the access and when and how and all those things. Also you can here in this app, maybe in the future you can set it to view only online, where you cannot download. So if that is possible, that will mean that I can publish a document where I will tell my student that they must go and read it, and then after a certain period of time, it can be guaranteed that they are not going to read it again after that certain period of time, because I have a control over it. So that is what I have in mind in terms of the users, and obviously your general public, people who make music, and also people who maybe have got some setups and installation. Obviously, when I'm getting into the business model, I will have to understand all these type of users so that I can create different packages for different users. Like maybe people who are more into corporate, they publish setups and whatever, so that they can have some certain features that accommodates them. And then your document oriented industry, like your academic and PDFs and what, so that they can have some certain features. And then we've got your multimedia, and then they might have some different features. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Singati, that's about it. I'm more interested on hearing from you. What do you think? Am I solving a problem that really exists? Is my hypothesis true that as YouTube coders, we only code and chase followers and chase subscribers and chase likes, but it's rare that we dig down and dig deep into what we are coding and what we are doing to see some possibilities of apps and startups that might be the next big thing. So I'm assuming that that's very rare. Obviously, I'm just one guy in a big world. There might be something that I have missed. And also, if you're interested on joining this journey to see where is this circular ultimate sharing control app thing will go, because I'm planning to push it as far as I can to see that can it be a product. So this is my first step on doing that. So please share and like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, for me, Matthew Singati, see you on the next one.